All right, hello. I'm here with Aideen Gallagher, and where have you? We're here at the International Safe Patient Handling Conference still, and Aideen has come from a long way to be with us. Where have you come from?
I've come from Sydney, Australia, last Friday, but originally from Ireland, but travelled 21 hours on a plane
Okay.
from Sydney.
And you've just written a new book that
I
you're here
have.
promoting. And
Yes.
so tell us a bit about the title of the book and what the book is about.
The book is called The Manual Handling Revolution, and what it does is it's marketed at health professionals to help them find creative solutions for people with disabilities and their caregivers. So it teaches them a little bit about the process of identifying manual handling problems, how to prescribe, use and justify equipment, and also how to support the people in the process.
Wow. Now, what was it that writing a book is a really big thing to do? What was sort of the driver behind why you decided to do that and put all that work into creating that?
Well, Michael, I used to sit in conferences like this at the back of the room muffling to myself about the bits that I felt were missing in the industry.
Okay.
And I decided enough of the muffling, I needed to start writing it down because nothing changes unless you decide to document it. So I just put my ideas in a book, and here we are today. I'm at a conference talking about it. And I'm not saying that people are doing stuff wrong. I guess that I see people who've got really, really great ideas, and I just wanted to promote some of those ideas I've heard from other people. And even, Heather was talking this morning about exhibitors and professionals being together solving a problem. That's part of that revolution, because they're usually separated, that exhibitors are over here and they're trying to sell stuff, and we're over here trying to solve problems. But the two of us coming together, it's a win-win for everybody, and that's part of that revolution, to get us working symbiotically together. And I just love that Heather's talking about this at this conference today. That's just an example. The second example is Donna talked this morning about how to get people having ownership, empowerment, and accountability, about competency assessment. The exact same with people handling. How do you to get people on board when there's a problem, all the team together, client and caregiver together, solving the problem.
So the revolution, and I think that's I'm so glad, and that's a beautiful part of the title. Where do you see the revolution going?
I think it's going to grow, not because I've written that book, that's not what it's about. People are already doing what is in that book already before I wrote that. But just even this is the first conference, the Safe Patient Handling Conference. This is the first international conference, and even the tone that Heather has promoted in terms of growing those relationships with equipment companies. That there's been a lot of, I think, fracturing of relationships with equipment companies over the years, because people haven't always done the right thing. And I think even just that was part of her speech this morning, as said, this is the tone that we want to send through these conferences, the first of the international ones. Even just building that relationship, I think if that was to continue to build, that's just fantastic.
It's one of the interesting places where when you have the vendor and the supplier and you have the clinicians, that the better they work together, the more that they determine what's next, and where can an incremental improvement, a little improvement be made that can help with utilization, and also that relationship of helping with the culture change and the staff training and all of those things. So,
and I love how the exhibitors are part of the conference. They're not over there, they're in the presentations. And it's interesting, that idea that exhibitors wouldn't be allowed to the presentations. That's just, what?
And that was something different here. So for those of you that don't know, that was something different about this conference, was to pull them in and get everyone in the room together to talk, to see where improvements can be made, and to really engage that conversation with the clinicians, with the vendors and the suppliers, to know if this isn't perfect. What is it that needs to be changed? And so this is a conference where that dialogue has really been facilitated.
Exactly, yeah.
So glad to hear that you've enjoyed it from that side.
It's been wonderful. So well done. Yeah,
So
well done, guys.
anything else you wanted to say?
Um,
So your book, just the name of the book again, and where if anyone's watching this, where and how can they get the book?
Yeah, it's called The Manual Handling Revolution, and it's available on Amazon, all the electronic publishing companies, as well as I think Heather's got it available through the journal,
Okay.
that journal website. So.
Perfect.